Hello. Hi, ladies. Let me know if you can hear me or see me. I think we're live. Yeah. Okay, great. I'm super happy to be here because this subject is I hold it very dear to my heart. All of the times that I've romanticized about my life and how sometimes we know that we're romanticizing something, and deep down we know that that is not good for us. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, because sometimes the audio is not work doesn't work. I'm super happy to be here with you today because I remember um, this time years ago, many years ago. Let's let's talk about, the situations we've been on, but we don't like to admit. We don't like to admit that we're wrong, or we don't like to admit that there's something wrong going on. But deep down, we know that that situation, either that partner, that job, that's not meant for us. However, it is hard to get out of it. It's hard to change and do something different because we're wired to want to seek safety. We're wired to not want to change. Like, it triggers that part of us that we don't feel comfortable facing the unknown. Have you ever looked back at something and clearly it was wrong for you, but still kind of felt weird? Still felt this inner knowing, either maybe it was your intuition or this inner pull that you had inside of you. But honestly, deep down we know. Why do we romanticize bad choices? Has anybody thought about this? Why is it that we romanticize our relationship? We want to feel like we are important. We want to feel as if these habits that you're doing are good for you. We want to fit into this lifestyle that now with social media everybody wants to, you know, be the next it girl, or everyone, like every man or every woman wants to show off. Have you ever thought about, have you ever looked back and been in a situation where you're like, oh, I know that what I was going through, it was wrong. However, I couldn't do something different because we're wired to stay in the same place until something bad happened to us. Hi, please let me know where you're watching from and what are your names. Welcome, welcome. I'm very good, Ram Kumar. Happy to be here with you. We're talking about romanticizing bad choices and the world that we live in. So, if you have any questions on that, when I talk about this, it's, you know, different. It's nice to chat with you too. Let me tell you something. When we glamorize or when we romanticize something, it's because we haven't healed that part of us. We're seeking something in return that is either attention or that is maybe feeling loved in different ways. We're looking for escape. So I think many people don't really realize this. Actually, this kind of thinking is way beyond a normal person would think. 99 now times are changing, but 90% of people are living unconsciously. I'm from Peru, but I live in the United States. Hi, Chintu, Kavari. Hola. Is anybody here um, experienced, love, experience that type of excitement, freedom? Has anybody experienced that? Sometimes we're craving this because we're addicted. We're addicted. Our nervous system is addicted to drama, to intensity, because it's familiar. And having a steady, healthy relationship or having a steady, healthy situation, it's scary because it's not what we're used to. Hi, I don't understand that language, but I think it's from Turkey. Welcome, welcome. If anybody here is from New York, I'm going to be hosting an event for women this May 31st. So if you want to come to this release circle, it's going to be super powerful because it is a portal and I'll be hosting it in the city. Okay? Thank you, Shintu. Okay, so let me tell you something. When I was going through this realization, this type of different mentality, I was in a toxic relationship. The only perspective that I saw was mine, and I thought that I would romanticize what happened in my life, no matter how bad it was. Even though I knew the guy that I was with I will not end up with him. I will not be marrying him. Like I couldn't help myself to do something different. Like I couldn't do it until I got tired of this situation. Then I was like, okay, let me get out of here. Like let me leave. Otherwise, I'm gonna stay stuck, you know? Us humans were meant to evolve. And this toxic relationship, I talk about it often, it made me realize things, but it is because since a very young age, I've learned to not make the same mistakes twice. If I notice I'm doing something wrong, like I'll quickly learn from what I did and look at the bright side. I think that's a very interesting way to see life and look at new perspectives. Hi, it's just thank you. Thank you, thank you. Welcome. So as I was saying, romanticizing our choices is keeping us stuck. It's keeping us in the way that we are, and it is not making us evolve. It is not making us see the bigger picture. When we are able to see different perspectives, even though they go against us, we open we open like our mind to different possibilities, to ultimate possibility, to different choices. So um yeah, you don't have to keep glamorizing something that is not healthy for you. You don't have to glamorize a relationship that it is not fulfilling you. However, I always say that women have the power in relationships because we hold the power, and because if we do not have the perfect and ideal relationship, maybe we should look at ourselves first and then realize if it's really the partner that I chose or is it me. Ask yourself in the situation that you're in, that is in your job, or maybe in in your relationship, love relationship, friendship. Is it the person that you're with, or is it you? Are you willing to see things differently? Yeah. So I was actually going to change this live. I was meant to talk about something else, but this download came up last minute because I wanted to talk about, routines and how being disciplined has helped me throughout the years. However, um, this download came last minute. Hi, yeah, tell me about your story, Chintu Kavadi. Yes, please, I would love to hear what you've been through. Please tell me your story. If you can summarize it. Oh, there you go. Oh, right now. So, anyway, to finish the thought of what I wanted to share is that we romanticize situations just to be able to show the world, just to be able to show the world what is missing, but also what they don't want, what we don't want them to see. So, looking at ourselves is actually the hardest thing, but I can also argue that it's the easiest thing. Hi, Chintu. Okay. I love the girl. Everything was fine until a month ago, but she left me saying that her parents got to know about our love. Her ex came back and she left me. Oh my god, I'm so sorry to hear this. Were you guys dating? Did you guys have a loving relationship? Or was it more casual? I'm so sorry that you're going through this. You're not alone. A lot of people go through this. You know what I would advise you if you were to ask? Just to focus on yourself. I know it is hard because when we love so much and people just leave us, let me tell you, I've been through this. It can be heartbreaking. It can be, it kind of, it can leave us feeling confused, feeling like we don't know what we did wrong. So um, I completely relate with what you're going through right now, and I would advise you to take care of yourself, to do something that you like, to. Oh, wow. Yeah, I hear you. A lot of men are going through this. You gotta, he said, I don't know what to do now. This was a love relationship. Now I got addicted to porn and I'm unable to come out of it. What to do? I I think interacting physically with people, actually doing stuff like coming out of your house is very healthy. Having human interactions, it's very healthy for you. And porn is not good because it can disrupt your the way that you see things, and that is not real. That is not how. Anyway, it's a different subject. However, I would love for you to just call up your friends or maybe talk. If you don't have anyone to talk to, just hang out with your friends because they can be a very supportive, can have a very supportive role, and just being with them without, being so much in your head can help you. I completely understand what you're going through, and isolating yourself is not going to help. I usually advise women, but I don't know if this works for men, to write things down when they don't feel comfortable, saying it. Um, Even a letter to that woman. Yes, ma'am, can be a friend every day if you're free. I don't really understand the last thing you said. However, you should go out with your friends, play some basketball, or go to the gym, go run outside. It really helps. Physical activity can take you out of your mind into doing more and being less in your head, because when we're prisoners of our mind, it can place tricks on us. Okay. I would even suggest to you to actually just hold your heart and just tell yourself that you love yourself. It doesn't matter what happened, you're going to be there for you. It doesn't matter that she left, it's okay. Another woman who is worthy of you, if you're a provider man, if you're how old are you? And you have a lot to offer, the right woman will come. You'll have to pursue the right type of woman. Okay? And go out of your house. Get out of your house. Um, I would love to invite women to join me in the event that I'm doing in New York City this May 31st. It's part of the Art of Becoming. Is this course to actually just embrace yourself, take everything that I've taught. I teach 9 classes during this 9 month period, 9 week period, and we actually get to embody it. Yeah, Shinchu, my Instagram is Greta Saints, my first and last name, okay? And if you feel like you're being called to join me and do this type of work, actually become whole and sinking to your feminine energy into your masculine energy, just have the balance of the both, I welcome you and I invite you to join the Art of Becoming, because it'll change your life. It'll change your life, and you'll stop confusing pain with passion. You'll stop calling chaos your normal state. You don't have to keep glamorizing what broke you. You don't have to stay in the places that you are not loved. You actually get to look inside to what it is that you're missing, to figure out what it is that you're missing, to actually become whole and have the presence of a woman. Hi, the principal. Thank you. Okay, bye Shintu. Good night. Thor, what did you miss? I don't understand that question. What are you referring to? We were you know, I had this huge realization a couple of days ago that, you know, you have to be disciplined. You have to have a routine in order to accomplish your dreams. I've been conditioned to think that you have to, you know, follow the rules in order to get something. Yes, this is very true, especially I mean, I think for every scenario, for a job, for a relationship, there are certain steps for everything. However, I recently noticed that it wasn't coming from a place of wholeness. It was like us women, we need rest, especially since we're going through menstruation, especially since we go through this entire cycle every month, and everything changes throughout the month. But no wonder why we're so emotional in certain times of a month. Like we are meant to, I lost my train of thought because I was reading something. Hi Thor, you just said you have to go inside of yourself to figure out what you're missing. Oh yes, the Art of Becoming, it's about becoming whole, to stop looking outside of you for external validation. For example, a woman who posts photos in it really depends on what kind of things you're referring to. Each action has a reason. Each action, there's an effect to it. So we have to question ourselves what type of action. I was going to say an example, however, it's not going to be the case in every scenario. You have to ask yourself, where are you coming from? If you're posting a photo just because of self-expression, that is amazing. However, some women posts photos of themselves in a bikini, but they expect some external validation because they don't accept themselves. So that's what I was trying to say. You have to figure out what it is that you're missing to become whole, to figure out what it is that you want, um, or what it is that you're looking outside of yourself that you already have. So that is the art of becoming. That is the course that I am teaching as the woman that I am today. It gets me super exciting. The principal, hi. Yes, I replied. I said hello. How are you? So I think that is all that I had for today. Oh yeah, I just remember what I was going to tell you, that we were going to do a live on discipline, on routines. And us women, we need to glorify, we need to have rest in our lives too, because it is necessary. Because um, because when we like follow a routine, it becomes a punishment. No wonder why women gain weight or they retain weight. It's hard for them to lose weight because they're carrying a bag of emotions that they're not letting go. um Discipline, I had this realization a couple of days ago, just like I said a couple of minutes. And discipline has taught me to build, to get results. But if it doesn't come from a place of um, of pleasure, of finally doing the right thing, it can become torture. Like, you can almost trap yourself in a roller coaster because you have to do certain things. This message goes exclusively for women because we carry a gift. We carry a gift that we're able to, give birth. So, since we're able to give birth, we have the menstruation each month. And each month we have different phrases. We have the follicular phase, the luteal phase, the menstruation phase, and the ovulation phase. So you have to work along your cycle, otherwise things are not playing out for you. Otherwise you're burning yourself out. That is what I say. Yes, you have to commit to yourself, however you have to work with the type of menstruation phases that you have. This is gold, because women who do not know how to honor themselves, they're going to take my words and then blow it out of proportion. Because yes, I don't know, some people might look at my content and say, yes, I have to build a routine, and they'll torture themselves into doing something because they tend to follow what I'm doing. However, it is not torture. What I'm telling you it is, have a place for softness but also for discipline. Be feminine but also have boundaries. Otherwise people are going to be like, oh, they're like, if you don't put energetic boundaries around you, people are going to think that they have a place to take advantage of you because you don't know how to say no. When women do not know how to say no, it is just not attractive because you can do whatever you want with that girl or woman. Sorry, we have an intruder and I'm blocking all of like the disrespect. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to allow people coming on my live and, just anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll eventually get a moderator or something. As I was saying, this routine, this discipline that you have, you also need to have inner knowledge, inner intuition, and know that what you're doing it is for the best of you, to get the best version of you. um Rest isn't laziness. I had this huge realization, oh my god, and I didn't notice that I was doing it. And I thought in my head, I'm going to tell you something super intimate and super, yeah, intimate. When I was younger, I used to be a chubby kid, right? And I would always think until a week ago that I needed to work out, otherwise I would get fat. Like having a rest, I would only allow myself. I've been working with my cycle, all the cycle phases every month. However, I would only allow myself to only rest once, the first day of my menstruation. And now my body was asking for more rest. And I had in the back of my mind, like, oh, if I rest the entire week, I'm going to gain weight and be fat. Like, what? Saying it out loud makes me sound crazy. And saying it out loud, I'm saying it out loud because it is not true. I'm saying it aloud because that limiting belief was keeping me hostage in my own brain. It was keeping me hostage to not be able to rest, to not have this guilt. What have we been talking about? This emotions, low vibration emotions lower your energetic field. And if you do not pay attention to this low vibration emotions, they're going to lower your field. You're not going to get your desires that you say you want. So I'm sharing this because I had actually like tears came out of my body while I was realizing this, and it made a huge impact in myself and how I view things. Just like I said before, we're human and we're going to continue to have triggers until the day that we die, and I'm here to share it with you. I'm not like afraid, or I know I'm putting myself out there, and I just wanted to share it with you because having a rest day or a cheat day or just listening to what you want, it is also necessary. Okay. Hi, I'll get back. Hi. Love you. Yeah, that's actually all I wanted to say. And if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. if you're feeling called to join the art of becoming, you I want to see you there, because the art of becoming, it's so potent, it's so amazing that you're going to become the woman you want to become. Another thing before I forget, that us women, we're cyclical. We're not meant to push. We're not machines. We're meant to flow. Okay? So I think that is all. I'll wait for you in the art of becoming. Do not waste more time, because the price will be going up. I love you, and I'll see you there. Okay? I'll see you in the next one. All right. Bye. Yes, yes. Ask me the questions. I'll stay a little bit longer. How do you talk to a girl? You just talk to a girl. Just say hi. How are you? And then you learn with repetition. So you have to put yourself out there and actually do the work, do the talking, or start a conversation, and just like that. As women, we can sense the energy of other people more. A lot of women, not saying all of them. So it really depends on your confidence. It really depends on how you talk to the woman, how you talk to the girl. So I would just recommend doing it, like, I don't know, 100 times a week, or maybe just to get it off your shell. Just start by saying hi, how are you, what do you do, and then find some jokes. You know, women like to laugh, girls like to laugh. I'm from Florida, originally from Peru, but I live in Florida. Okay. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I have to go now.